Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the Chelsea Rundown, episode 60 for the men's fourth semi-final. That opener theme music was going to run by Tony Herdman, available on Spotify. The game itself took place Sunday, 2nd of March. It was Chelsea versus Pakenham. I'm joined, as always, by Ace. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Yeah, mate. Look, every day's a good day. Sort of just had a couple of weeks off just to sort of kick back and bask in the fact that we weren't playing any baseball, and it's been quite enjoyable. I've been sipping back on a couple of rums, kicking the feet up, sort of letting the body heal and rest. But we're here to give the final summary for the summer season, and this will be the final episode of the year. I should say season, and we'll be kicking it off shortly in, I believe, April 22nd, which we will talk about later for the winter season. But yes, very excited to be back.
Excellent. And Jess, you're joining us as well. How are you doing this evening?
Very, very well. Thank you for having me back yet again.
Always welcome. Ace, take me through that lineup, buddy.
Yeah, look, pretty standard. This one, big Shane Fish behind the dish. He actually not so much standard because he started up on the mound on this one, but he did end up back in his catcher's position as he normally would. Jess, your lovely wife, in that number 2 spot, starting out in shortstop. I think she finished out in centre field. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, that's bang on. Big Nico, the Greek freak, down at 3. Your aceness. He started out in right field, trying to give us a little bit of extra pep in his step, and he was out there. Big Davey Fisher. Great job. Davey Fisher started off behind the dish and then ended up finishing off on the mound. Big little plugger, I should say. Big teabagger. Love having teabagger. AJ Styles down there. Pitched a hell of a game, son. Good on you, big razzle-dazzle, the captain himself. Ugly, great to have you back, Ugly. Humbles, we love you, Humbles. And Lucas Carey, love the chat of Lucas.
Excellent stuff. How about the highlights, mate? Take us through those, please.
Yeah, look, it was an interesting game. We knew the Pakenham were certainly going to keep us on our toes and keep us on our toes in the field. And, you know, a very capable side, especially with the bats in their hand, and even probably a little bit more capable with the gloves on their hand as well. So they played a hell of a game, and which went out there, and we probably didn't adjust to their play style. I think they were sort of dinking it just over our infield and sort of just scoring easy runs left, right, and centre. And we probably didn't adapt. And once we did adapt, we were able to sort of make it a much closer game. But as you can see up in the top left corner of your screens, they unfortunately scored 6 and 7 in the first digs, and we were unable to capitalise. But like I said, once we shifted position, momentum went our way, and we started getting the bats hitting a little bit. We started getting some people on base. As far as like fielding goes, I thought we probably fielded a little bit better than we have in the past. Didn't sort of let too many errors get in the way. There was a couple here and there, but let's not shine lights on those. I think the big thing for us was our ability to adapt in certainly the second half of the game and move into a more defensive style and try and force them to hit it over our heads. And I think that sort of Pakenham struggled a little bit. But Jess, what are your thoughts?
I think I understood the idea Daz took us into the start of the game to change it up. We'd struggled against Pakenham in the past. We sort of had trouble scoring runs and had trouble keeping them from scoring runs. So we tried something very different by popping Shane up on the hill and having Dave catch. We thought that would be a really I guess a way to trip them up or just show them something they haven't seen before. But unfortunately, their bats were still too good. And the field were a little bit out of sorts, out of position. So, I think it was a really good idea and something to try, because what we'd been doing in the past perhaps wasn't as reliable. But it didn't quite work. And then, once we did sort of shift back our positions into our regular spots, we did actually hold them back, scoring from those runs a little bit better. But again, we just didn't score any runs. Well, we scored the 2 runs for the whole game. We didn't swing the bats enough. We didn't get enough hits. I think there were only maybe 3 on the day.
3 hits on the day.
Yeah, so we can't win a game like that. So unfortunately, after those first 2 innings, it was a battle. But probably too much lost in those first 2 digs.
Interesting strike zone, Teabagger. You were in the box at some stage, and as was I. We won't harp on it too much, but what were your thoughts on the strike zone? I know in particular there was a couple of balls which I thought I couldn't have reached unless I was Inspector Gadget with my go-go gadget arms. But they were called strikes, and we're told not to swing at those things and wait for your pitch. And unfortunately, when they're coming either at your head or they're in another county, it sort of makes it a little bit harder. Any thoughts there, Teabagger?
An absolute schmozzle of a strike zone. Anything outside? Apparently that was a strike. Anyway, what was the final score?
Look, I won't harp on it too much. And like I said, I don't think the strike zone changed too much. I think we were sort of a victim of our own sort of superior skills and the fact that we'll throw a ball straight down the guts. And they sort of learnt that the strike zone was a little bit wide and they could play on that. So the final score on this one, 2-13. And unfortunately, we didn't come away with the biscuits. Pakenham went on to, luckily, I suppose, defeat Bomb Beach. Correct me if I'm incorrect, in the grand final. Congratulations, Pakenham. Great to see ya. And we know Pakenham have got a bunch of young kids out there in the field. So great to see them getting out there and having success like that. And it's great to see the Pakenham, the older boys, how they sort of get around those young kids. And they're out there sort of really encouraging them and coaching them and bringing them along. And you know that they're going to all turn into successful seniors. And that's a great job by Pakenham. Sorry, Bomb Beach, and sorry to us, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yes, how did the thirds go?
So unfortunately, our thirds lost their preliminary final as well. They lost to Springvale 11-1. So unfortunately, they were out, but Springvale went on to play Bomb Beach in the grand final, and they won 11-6 against Bomb Beach. So poor Bomb Beach lost both grand finals in the threes and the fours that weekend.
Was there any big spectacular sightings? I know that we were down there watching the thirds. Anything that sort of maybe caught your eye? Any dingers? Any bit of spice to the game that sort of maybe launched the Dolphins into a bit of an uproar in the outfield, or in the outfield and the behind the nets, sort of cheering it on? Yeah, it was big Spice. You hit a big dinger on the day. Congratulations, Spice. Love your effort, mates. Great job. Love to see that those sorts of camaraderie and that sort of stuff. I ran out in the field and everyone was saying, "What the hell are you doing here?" I still have the uniform on, pretty well 3/4 unbuttoned with a can in my hand. But I had to get out there. I love seeing dingers. I had to get out there and slap the great man's hands. Great job, Spice up.
It was great. Jess, looking a bit further forward, we do have the winter season coming up, as we alluded to earlier. Give us some details, please.
The winter season starts on April 26th, Saturday, April 26th for the senior men's. That's the Anzac Day weekend. So don't go away anywhere, everyone. Just stay at home that weekend and start your baseball. So the women will start on the 27th, but yeah, the first one's on the Saturday, which will be the men's. If you know anybody, or if you want to start playing baseball, you should come on down to trainings and have a come and try. We're trying to wrangle maybe an extra side. So yeah, if you want to come on down, or bring a friend. We'd love some more players down at the club for winter.
Look, I can say this one thing, sort of moving on into my later years in life, sort of unable to sort of do some of the things that my body used to do. Baseball's been a great, absolute, fantastic outlet for me to sort of get amongst the social community and play with a great group of people. But if that's what you can, if you want to get around, have a bit of a social game, make some new mates and get out there and play a competitive team sport, this is the sport for you. And you know what? We're not getting younger. That's one thing for sure, unless someone invented a Benjamin Button pill. So you're not going to go back to your heydays of taking speckies out in the football field and kicking 50-metre goals, drop punts. Not going to happen anymore. But maybe, you know what? You might still have enough juice in the tank to hit a few dingers and celebrate with us. So get on down to the pond. Come have a great time. Come have a few laughs.
I love it. Excellent stuff. That'll do it for this summer season of The Rundown. Ace, thank you very much for your work all season long, buddy. Top stuff.
Yeah, look, just before you kick me off for the last time, and just before I say the pod always swims strongest together, I would like to say that the D&D Cup is back on, ladies and gentlemen, and I can confirm that this year's D&D Cup will be happening on the 12th of April. TBC confirmed on the time, most likely somewhere around about 11 o'clock. We love to say a little bit of a game where we celebrate just the Dolphin community, and we get down and we play a friendly game of baseball. If you want to get down, come on down. We'd love to see you there. Come on.
It would be excellent. And Jessa, thanks for joining us all season long. And Liesl, shout out to you. I know you're not here, but thank you for your participation in the rundown. Also, great work, ladies.
Thanks, guys. Great season. Thanks for having me.
And just remember, whether it be summer or winter, the pod always swims strongest together.